Hi, it's Kat, and I'm back with another video. This time I'm working on a fan-made skin for Ahri of League of Legends. She's one of my favorite champions to play. She's a mid laner and a mage based on a nine-tailed fox spirit. I've been working on creating my own fan-made skins for my favorite champions that I play. The first one that I did was Kindred, which is this one. A reanimated kindred, kind of like an undead mushroom spore themed skin. So I was thinking, how about I do all of my favorite champions and then figure out how they would be reanimated based on their lore and their design and everything. So I made a sketch of a ghostly version of Ahri.
We jump in with me doing the sketch. The outline has been done and I'm just refining the skeleton. At first I sketched with a normal pencil and then I went over it with color pencil, which is a lot better when you work with watercolor because it's water soluble, so it doesn't leave behind greasy lines. And then I erased all of the pencil with a soft eraser. So here you see me painting in the outline with regular watercolor, and you see the first happy accident happen where I sketched the skeleton with a brownish pencil, and when going over it with blue watercolor it kind of became yellowish, which meant that there was this kind of glow happening from the inside of her chest, which I ended up really liking, so I kept it, and it was a happy accident brought upon by my water-soluble color pencils mixed with watercolor that I applied, which was in the end really nice and added a bunch of life to the painting. In watercolors you have to work in layers, so that's why you'll see me go over the same areas over and over, because every time you re-moisten the brush and you go back in where there's already color applied, it removes some of the existing color, so it needs to be completely dry so you can control the removal of the existing color, well, unless that's what you want, which is an easy way to correct mistakes. Just apply a lot of water and then go over the same area over and over. That's why it's important to have good paper so you can erase stuff. You see me do that on the pelvis bone quite a bit. I struggled a lot with the perspective because in my reference image the skeleton had its legs turned towards the camera, whereas my Ahri, the chest is turned towards you, but the legs are kind of turned away a little bit, and also the right leg is much higher than the left leg, so you see me step back and do the thinking pose quite a lot, where I like tune my brush and try to fix whatever's there. I'm still not completely happy with how it turned out in the end, but it's good enough. So yeah, after fixing that mistake, I kept going back in over and over, applying more contrast, more color, because the thing about watercolor, it's really easy to create a nice and wispy feel, very translucent, but you want to pair these translucent spaces, for example in the chest, with really high value, high contrast spaces, which is the tails. So I kept doing the thing where I step back quite a bit and evaluate what it looks like from a distance, then apply more color to the edges to separate it. For a while the back leg blended into the tails quite a bit. It was kind of hard to separate just because it was more like turquoise blue and the tails were kind of like a ultramarine blue. So I ended up making the tails a lot more purple and adding kind of like an outline to the legs to separate them from the tails. Painting fur is one of my favorite things to do in watercolor, because when you apply brush strokes and then while they're still wet you go over it with another color and it flows into each other. I really like the two big tails to the left. I guess tail 3 and 4 if you count from the left. They have my favorite color combo, which is blue and purple, and it flows together really nicely and it kind of looks like fur. As I was going, I kept stepping back and reevaluating and thinking about, okay, like what can I do to enhance the silhouette and what can I do to enhance the whole composition. And in the end, with all the tails colored in, which is something I didn't anticipate from the sketch, because obviously the sketch is just black and white, but with the tails colored in, it was like this huge blob of color. It had a weird shape, so I kept thinking, okay, I need to put some kind of background or some kind of elements at the top. I took a photo, imported it into Procreate, played around with it a little bit. My brother actually suggested doing an anatomical heart, and I was like, hell yeah, I'm already doing a anatomical skeleton, so why not anatomical heart? And Ahri is a spirit fox. She controls people's essence. Whenever she collects 9 essence, she heals. So I played around with creating a circle of them around her, or maybe like a heart shape, because she also charms her enemies. What if she was like throwing the heart? What if the heart was behind her? And at the end, I ended up going all in and combining all the elements, the 9 essence kind of in the summoning circle, and the heart is also behind her rib cage, and it had this really nice contrast of bright pink against the light blue and pointing at the heart in the middle and the gold of her rib cage, which I ended up really liking. It's also not immediately visible. You kind of have to like do a little bit of a double take and be like, okay, like what's that behind her, which I really like. It's like the painting is telling a story. Like maybe she was summoned to, I don't know, conquer someone's heart, or like she came back from the dead. It's absolutely up to you. And in the end, you see me just add a lot of details that elevate the painting a lot, in my opinion. I made her fingertips a lot more purple. Like if you add contrast to the outside of the painting, it all draws the eye towards the middle, which is the rib cage with the heart behind it, which I think was really successful. I added a bit of an outline, so her chest area would not, value-wise, would not interact with the heart as much. I took another photo and stepped back and turned it into grayscale to make sure that the values were all okay. And then in the end, I went in and added some more droopies, which I really like. Adds to the watercolor feel, and added a lot more of the blue fire to the summoning circle in the back. Especially if you use a brush with a different thickness, it adds so much layering to a 2-dimensional piece.
And that's it, we're all done. This is the final painting. I'm really happy with how it turned out. It's a lot different than what I thought it would be when starting out. As I said, happy accidents. I'm really quite pleased, so I'll definitely be continuing the series and painting more of my favorite champions. This has been a lot of fun. Thank you for watching. If you could leave a comment or a like, that would help a lot to grow my channel and keep you updated on what else I come up with. Bye!